What's up, Student Life family? I'm Jared, and I serve as the director of Student Life and Student Life Kids Camp. Now, I have with me Sarah, who serves as the coordinator of Student Life Kids Camp. Listen, in this video, Sarah and I are going to walk you through the Student Life participant list process. Now, we realize this can often be the most daunting part of camp preparation, but we are here to help. All right, let's start where every good instructional video begins, at the beginning. You're going to click on the link provided to you beginning in April. This will take you to an all-new participant list system. Follow the prompts to click on your group leader housing index and enter your reg ID and the email address associated with your registration. This would be your email as the group leader. I'm going to pause here and say, do not share this link with parents. This is not where they need to go in order to fill out the waiver and release forms. This is your link as the group leader to fill out your participant list for camp. Feel free to share it with members of your administration team, but not parents. Once you get logged in, you'll see a menu with several drop-downs that I'm going to let Sarah explain to you.
The first drop-down is Attendees Waiting Entry into Participant List. Here, you'll see names of participants from your group that have completed a waiver and release form, but they are not officially on your list. This feature allows you to add attendees to camp with a click. You can still manually add names to this list. We'll talk about that in a minute. With this feature, you'll still need to assign each participant a roommate code and a life group number after you move them to your participant list. Next, List Management Options provides you a quick and easy way to take care of a few things. You can sign the church agreement once you have completed your participant list, change the email or the phone number associated with your camp registration, or upload your own list of attendees using an Excel template. This is a great option if you are already keeping up with your camp attendees using your own spreadsheets and want to just transfer that information into our system. Most importantly, the specific housing request and church policy section is where you will tell us any specific church policies we should honor when housing your group. If there's a policy we should know about, it must go there, and we will do our best to accommodate it. The next Details section has just that, details about your registration and week of camp. Here, you can also see your balance remaining and a reminder of your participant list due date. Finally, the Quick Add provides a space for you to add names to your participant list one by one. Simply add the required information and click Add. Don't forget to include any allergies and ADA requests. As a note, the preferred name is what we will use for the name tags, and the legal first name will be used to match waivers. We'll talk about the waivers a bit later. Additionally, the Create New button below the Section button works similarly to the Quick Add feature.
Okay, let's dive into the main event, the actual participant list. This is where, through whatever means you choose to use, whether it be clicking to add participants directly from the waiver section, adding names one by one, using Quick Add or Create New, or by uploading an Excel spreadsheet, your final list will be created. Now, to modify an existing participant, choose the Modify option next to a participant's first name and make your changes. Be sure to select Save when you're done. You can also click the Refresh button to refresh your list and see your changes. Now, to delete someone from your list, choose the Delete option and they will be removed from your list. Now, once you have everyone in your group accounted for, and don't forget to include yourself, you can click the Send Completed List button and lock in your list. Now, you are required to lock your list no later than 14 days before camp or 35 days before camp if you're going to flex camp. Now, we know changes can occur between locking your list and the first day of camp. The Quick Add section will become a place to submit changes once the list has been locked. And remember, you can only add as space allows in your camp. Changes will be received by our team and will not be officially applied to your registration until we've approved them. Okay, now I'm going to let Sarah talk to you about the biggest change here from previous years.
A change you may notice is the roommate code section. This is how you tell us who you would like to be roommates at camp. Our staff will assign housing based on the roommate pairings you provide to us. Begin with letter A for each gender. Here's a quick example. Our staff will use those pairs to go ahead and place everyone into rooms. This allows our staff the opportunity to send you a final housing list prior to camp after you've completed just this one step of submitting your participant list. As always, changes can be made prior to check-in day. Simply reply to the email from your housing coordinator with any changes you may have. We will always start with accommodating handicap accessible needs first, then do our very best to honor any special request. So many times we are limited by space to make every special request happen, but we will always try. Remember, we assign housing based on max occupancy of a room. If a room has a queen bed and a twin bunk bed, that room houses 4 people. We will always provide enough space for the number of females and males in your group. We are not always able to provide buffer space to have less people in each room. Let's wrap this up by talking about a few new fields you'll be seeing. Your squad assignments will be added around 26 days before camp. You will receive an official confirmation email when squad assignments for your camp have been completed. Be sure to wait for that email before telling your group. The church agreement or CA column will change all of your adults to received once the church agreement has been signed. You will see waiting by each adult's name until that form has been submitted. Campers will show it N/A for not applicable. Remember, this form can be found under the list management dropdown and cannot be submitted until after you submit your final participant list. If you'd like to go in and add any additional adults that may jump in at the last minute, you can add their names before submitting the form. Should you add new adults after submitting the form, simply click the link again to re-sign the form to include the new names. The waiver column lets you see who has submitted their waiver by showing a received or waiting status. It's important to note that if you add attendees to the list manually or by importing an Excel list, the waivers that are signed will find matches based on legal first name and last names. You might need to update the legal names on your list until a match is found. Easily sort participants by who you are still needing a waiver from by clicking the arrows next to the word waiver. In fact, you can sort by any column header. Our system will check for new waivers periodically and match any newly received waivers to the appropriate reg ID. A waiver status may not change to received immediately, but check back later and you will see the update.
Now listen, I know that was so much information, but I need you to know our camp support coordinators and our housing coordinators will be with you every step of the way in this process. So if you need anything at all, reach out to us with your questions. And as always, we cannot wait to see you at camp this summer.